Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, find a way to win, find a way to lose. Hey, look, man. Jermell got to do something for Texas. He's got to do something for Texas. These Texas boys, these Lion-only boys, just been taking losses. They out here, instead of looking like the Lions only, it's more like the Brokeback Mountain Lion boys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Earl Spence, happened to him against Terrence Crawford. Jermall Charlo got barbecue slapped out of his mouth by Caleb Plant. Now you got Jermell Charlo, who seems to be the only hope for the Brokeback Mountain boys to put Texas back on the map. They need to figure it out. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm one person in particular who thinks Jermell Charlo can beat Canelo. I mean, I really do think he can beat him. But forget what I say. Freddie Roach thinks he can beat him. But the story is, most people feel what we saw happen with Earl Spence and the way Earl Spence got beat down by Terrence Crawford, they feel that Jermell Charlo is going to suffer the same fate. He's just going to get in there with Canelo, and he's just going to get beat down. They think the first two rounds maybe be a little bit, kind of figuring things out, but they think once Canelo starts to let his hands go, then Jermell Charlo isn't going to have any answers, and it's all going to be downhill, and the beating could be worse, some people feel, than what Earl Spence went through when he faced Terrence Crawford. Now I'm going to say this, because I'm trying to be fair. Could that happen? Yeah, I mean, if Jermell Charlo doesn't recognize what Canelo Alvarez is doing and able to make the necessary adjustments. But the same thing goes for Canelo Alvarez. If he can't make the necessary adjustments and find a way to slow down Jermell Charlo, it could be all bad for Canelo. But what I'm telling you is they need to do something, because I can't see Jermell Charlo losing and then Derrick James sitting there now. I mean, if he can't guide Jermell Charlo to a victory, or at least a competitive fight, people are going to start saying that basically Derrick James is another Roy Jones Jr. Because, let me tell you, people converged on Roy Jones Jr. when Eubank Jr. lost to Liam Smith. I mean, it was like, if people could have stoned Roy Jones Jr., they would have stoned him. They really blamed him for Eubank Jr.'s loss. But you look how Eubank Jr. came back and redeemed himself. They're giving all the credit to Bomac. I'm going to tell you, a lot of what we saw with Eubank Jr. in the rematch, a lot of that is what Eubank Jr.'s dad taught him, and then a lot of that is Roy Jones Jr. as well. You just can't come and give Bomac all the credit for that damn win. But that being said, with Jermell Charlo, if he can come and pull off a win against Canelo, I mean, then Derrick James may have redeemed himself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he redeemed himself. But if he takes another loss, that's not good for Derrick James. And it's definitely not good for the Lion-only crew. Because right now they're looking like the Brokeback Mountain boys. But I'm rooting for Jermell Charlo. I like Jermell Charlo. I like his story. I like what he's gone through. I like how he was basically the brother that people didn't want to put a lot of faith into. And then he ended up becoming, look at what he's become. Not just as far as him and his twin. Look at what he's become in boxing. That's to be commended, okay? So that's why I'm rooting for Jermell Charlo. I want him to win, but I just got to be real. He ain't going. If he loses, I think it'd be hard for him to recover. I mean, he's already lost before, even though I think they robbed him. But it is what it is. He's lost before, and he didn't handle that right. If he loses to Canelo, although he's going to make like, I don't know what, 20, 25 million, something crazy. Let me tell you something. It's going to be hard for him to deal with that loss, because he's cool with the money, but Jermell Charlo he's not one of those guys that's just out here fighting for money and doesn't care if he wins. No, he likes to win. He don't want to lose. And that's why I think Canelo's going to realize, damn, I'm in a real fight. And I had to say, yes, you are. And it's not going to be that easy as people think. But I tell you what, Jermell gets in there and he gets washed within 4 rounds. I tell you what, that whole Lions only thing, they're going to have Texas looking soft. Looking soft. People going to be questioning our barbecue out here. So Jermell Charlo better get in there and handle business, because I don't want to be out here telling nobody that I live in Texas and I follow boxing. I got a boxing channel and had to deal with the bozos talking about how Earl Spence got clipped, Jamal got slapped, and now Jermell went in there, man, and got tranquilized by Canelo. So I'm rooting for him. I've already done videos where I'm more serious and kind of talking about the pros and cons to each fighter, the strengths, things they need to do to win the fight. And I think Jermell Charlo has a great chance to win, but I'm just telling you, if he loses, oh Lord, not good for Texas, not good for the whole Lions only clique. And you know what happens, man, when a bully gets exposed, right? Everybody starts going at the bully. And so far, Jamal's got exposed, Earl Spencer got exposed, and Jermell, if he gets exposed, I just think this whole Lions only thing, all that's going to get thrown out the window. And you're going to have more and more people coming at him. And for Jermell to try to come back down to 154 after getting, if he was to lose to Canelo, especially if he gets damaged, I just don't, I'd have to be very concerned about him going to a fight with Terrence Crawford. Because if Terrence Crawford was to fight him at 154, or Tim Tszyu was to fight him at 154, neither one would get the credit, I don't think. I think Tim Tszyu would get the credit, but they wouldn't give it to Crawford just because the way people treat Crawford. Crawford wouldn't get Canelo for beating, Crawford wouldn't get credit if he fought Jermell Charlo after Canelo was to tranquilize him. And then if Crawford fought him and beat him, Crawford wouldn't get the credit. Crawford need to just retire, man, because he ain't never going to get no damn credit for no wins against big names. There's just too many people hating on him. But that being said, come on, Jermell Charlo, man. We need you to do something big. They say everything big in Texas, right? We need you to get a big win. Lions only, let's stick with that, and let's move beyond the Brokeback Mountain Boys, because that's not what Earl Spencer's about, Jermell or Jamal's about. Them guys are fighters. So let's see if Jermell can redeem the crew. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.